Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, to day 2, part 1 of Fiesta Equestria, and very exciting. Why am I running, you ask? It's only 11:30, you say. Your panel doesn't start till noon, you think, until you find out that they actually pushed us forward. Now, this is good news because of one big reason. That reason being that That big reason being that this is going to help us be able to get Tombstone on the panel for the first time ever. He's going to be joining us on a Bronies React panel. And I know that he's a very popular reactor on the series, so I'm super excited to have him on. I just don't know if he even knows about the time change yet. I just found out about it. So, we're going to go run into the panel. So, are you ready for this as we start Saturday Fiesta Equestria? I'm still waking up. I'm warming up. That's what's happening right now. So, Robin Williams is on TV. I'm sure people are seeing. I just put out a tweet about it, and I can see people going, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be late." I think the panel technically was supposed to have started 2 minutes ago. Because he's not there again. But that's okay. Really? Yes. Thank you, sir. Such nice people. Good morning. This is one good way to start the morning. Now, granted, I got a ton of sleep last night. So. React or React, so that's the connection. You're like, oh, I guess they're on words. Yeah. Grace, come on, hurry. Grace, why are you doing this? I'm still on an iPad. What are you eating? Hi. You guys don't even need to know what this is about because we're vlogging. Hi.
Good morning.
Hi, Tim.
Better late than never, right?
This is two conventions in a row that I was late to the Bronies React panel. They're gonna start being like, you know what, we're gonna schedule you at 11:35.
It happens when it happens, all right?
Hi, everybody. Notes on Tumblr.
I was waiting for like some future employers like, so Steven, can you explain this to me? No.
It was a marketing ploy, and it worked. But yeah, so,
selling turkey basters? Our turkey baster is so amazing, you can tape it on your head.
Multi-use. It's fantastic.
Where the turkey?
Yeah, so unless you guys have anything to add, first off, again, I want to thank everybody for joining us at this panel. Really excited to have you all here. Really excited to be here in Houston, Texas. And yeah, if we could kind of jump into Q&A, and if you guys have any like specific questions, like I still don't know what Bronies React is, and now I'm really confused. You can ask that question. So yes.
Oh, I was wondering if you guys are going to do a Bronies React to any of the fandom content, like sub-rob or anything like that.
We have done reacts to a couple fan works, maybe less, not necessarily less popular ones, but maybe not the favorites in the fandom.
Infamous is the word you're looking for.
Infamous, that's the word. We've reacted to a couple Cupcakes animations, as well as Smile HD. Yeah. And for any kids in the audience, don't look those up, please.
Unless you're alone.
Or at least don't let your parents see that you're looking at it.
Yeah. Before the next question, just be sure that like people in the live stream repeat your question and then, you know.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They can hear us.
So someone was asking if we've reacted to, or will react to any fan works. See, Tim's a master at this stuff.
He showed up on time.
He did.
With his
Why? As far as other fan works, that's never out of the question. It's just, I know about the time Snowdrop came out, Double Rainboom also came out, and then there was something else that was, I think there might have been an episode that was also coming out too. And I think that's why there was so much happening at once. Plus that was, if I'm correct, I think that was around convention time. And it gets super clogged with timing on those, and that's... Clogged? Okay. The sad part was, This is how this panel will go. He talked about toilets, and I'm like, do you remember we were having that conversation about plungers can't be any more perfect?
Yes. No, we were talking about like what technology cannot be improved upon. It's like the pinnacle of like technology itself. I'm like, a plunger. It's perfect. To add on to that story, I was driving to church and I saw this little sign that says clogging classes. And I thought, well, just talk to me on Saturday night after tacos and I'll teach you. I'm like, oh, the shoes, never mind.
But yeah, so to answer your question, it's always a possibility. Yes.
Yeah, I
was talking about
clogging toilets. I hope that answers your question.
Next question. Well, alright, so she's asking how long does it take to get all the footage for the videos and the process. I'm going to actually start with you two.
Wait, does that include us playing TF2 for about like 3 days before we start?
It should, because that's a vital part of the process.
It's team building.
Yeah, right?
That's why there's so many bronies in Team Fortress 2. No, get it.
Okay, never mind. So,
I get ticked off with like Pinkie Pie just sniped you and it's like,
why Pinkie Pie? Twilight Sparkle is dominating you.
Anyway, so process. Well, Saberspark does the editing, but initially when it all comes to it, it's like Saberspark. He and I, we chat a lot, and whenever he has an idea for like a new Bronies React, he comes to any one of us. Stop it. You know, I have like ADD. It's like if you do something, it just breaks my concentration. It's just brain fart all over. Stop! Stop doing this to me. Anyway, so he comes to any one of us. He asks us, "Hey, can I have like this script where it's like basically like stuff from the episode where you think we should react to, but technically he gives us the freedom to react to whatever we want in that clip or episode or anything." Stop it. And it's just like, this is the deadline, record your stuff. It only happened on just this Smile remix, and that's the only one I had. Just because, when it comes to monetizing videos that have like clips from the show, anything that relates to the show, I just know, yeah, it's a gray area, I won't like monetize any of those, and I don't mind not monetizing them, because I know that if I do that, I would get like my butt ripped off by Hasbro.
Hasbro's like, that's our 53 cents. You gave for this quarter. The time period, not the...
All right, next question. Yes?
I have two questions. One, how did you get like the YouTubers to how did you choose YouTubers to be in your Bronies React? And two, have you ever had like a bad experience with like other people who didn't like Bronies? I know it's like a question a lot of people ask, but like, I like your...
All right, so the first question that he asked was, how do I choose the Bronies on the Bronies React? And then the second one was about how do you deal with basically people who don't like bronies. My worst story. Yeah, no.
In regard to the first question, that totally depends on like some situations, because you originally contacted, let's say me, I remember through YouTube PMs, I think it was, back when PMs was a thing, and YouTube didn't remove it.
I can't find it anymore.
Screwed everything up.
Thanks, YouTube.
At least we have Google+.
I could just talk about this for an hour, about how I hate YouTube just changing everything because they want to make more money. Anyway, screw YouTube. So he PM'd me back when it was a thing, and he just told me, hey, would you like to be on this Bronies React thing? And I looked it up and then saw the concept and I liked it, so I joined in. But after you gathered people, it's like you asked us if we know anyone specific who could be nice to be on that. And sometimes there's one-offs who, like some of my friends that I recommended to be on the Bronies Reacted were pretty cool, but after that they weren't interested in doing more of that. So
they're like, this show sucks. I don't want to be part of this.
Ew.
Yeah, so really the first one is the most interesting one, I think, is because that one I was literally going around on YouTube typing in bronies with a camera. Just to see what would pop up. And
Safe search on.
very important. And yeah, so I went around, and that's how I came across guys like Denotive and Dusty Cat. Dusty had his manliest brony video on it, and I was like, and in my head I'm talking to guys, including Toom, thinking, there is no way
that these guys are gonna be like, because I always point out this number, this for anyone who's making YouTube videos and going, man, like, you know, if you feel like it's a struggle or you're not really getting a lot of followers, I had 167 total subscribers by the time I hit upload on the Bronies React video. So things can change really quickly. You just never know which project is going to be the one that just nails it out of the water.
Exactly. Nails it out of the water? Do you work at the Home Depot by any chance? I see the problem with your water. It's not
Yes. So that one came together. Kind of just people put faith in me, saying, "All right, I like, you know, like Tim said, they liked the idea of the project." There were a couple guys that I'd contact, like I bring to Lowell's and Mike the Microphone, who initially were like, "I'm down with this," but then ran out of time to do it. So there were a couple people who also didn't make it there, but the 6 of us who were on it, it set the precedence for that one. And then from there, you know, you talk about specific people, like we had Bolt Dumbarat on the Derpy React, and she's very well known for doing her Derpy impressions and everything on YouTube. So what I like to do, especially with Equestria Girls, that was an interesting one. For that one, I specifically wanted to find a group of people who liked the movie, who were like, I don't really care about the movie, and people who hated it, because I wanted to have it across the board. I didn't want it to be leaning too much one way, too much the other way. So when we got to, because when I do 2 versions of the Bronies React, is the actual one where we react to the content. And then whenever I put up a bonus, that's generally the questions that come with it. And the bonus is usually the really insightful part that no one cares about. They're like, oh, you're not funny. But that's where we kind of really look into what did you like about this, what didn't you like about this, and just kind of questions on that part. So really it just kind of goes with the flow, I guess, on choosing who's going to be on it. We have a couple normal reactors like the 2 guys sitting next to me, and then I always like to get someone new in on a react. So we have a couple people that are potentially lined up for future reacts too that I think you guys would really like, but I'm not going to tell you who. I'll just tell you later. Just kidding. All right. Next.
No, there's the second one, which is like.
Oh yeah. This is why Toom. I'm like, Toom, I need you on a panel because
No. I have my own panels to run. Thank you. Bye.
I'm gonna let you 2 answer this one first about bad. If you've ever had a bad experience out there. I know it's
anti-Brony brotherhood. It just makes me laugh so hard.
Brony brother.
It's like,
is that a group on Facebook or something?
It's like they're like, we'll destroy all bronies by posting dirty pictures of them, of the ponies. And I'm like, oh.
Just remove yourself from the group, you'll be better.
It's the internet. Like, I never had a really bad experience. Like, you get like hate like on YouTube comments, but the best thing about the internet is you can like close your laptop and walk away. The end.
That's the worst scenario? I mean,
Yeah, I don't like I've lifeguarded for 10 years of my life. I've had parents shout at me for letting their kids drown in the pool. What? Because I didn't put a life vest on their kid and I didn't know that their kid couldn't swim. It's like, how dare you let my kid fall in the water unsupervised? I'm like, I'm the one rescuing him, giving them to you, and you're getting angry at me. No, I'm not joking, this actually happens. More often than you think. Suburban parents are stupid.
I don't know why it just sounds so stupid, but it's also true, which is kind of like... so wait, the question was like in regards to people who hate bronies or bronies who did something stupid, or is it both?
Just like a dumb experience.
Oh, dumb experience.
Sitting on this panel.
Dude!
Don't worry, I wake up before you, so I'm good.
Yeah, you did.
MLG, bro, MLG! Anyway, so...
I don't know, it's like, I think the dumbest experience that I had was, I don't know. It's like, I remember like a long time ago, there was this weird like chick who just, you know, she went with a big fanfic book, and she was like, hey, Timson, can you sign this for me? And I just signed it without even looking what it was. And it was like signing like the devil for like marking in blood, and just, when I discovered what it was about, it was a huge fanfic where it was no joke, like a big, you know, weird fanfic about me, Urbit Brony, Alex S, and many other bronies just doing crazy stuff in there. By crazy stuff, you need, I mean, 18+ stuff. So where can I find this?
I just don't know, and I felt creeped out the whole time. It's like, oh. I hope she sells it on eBay, so I'll buy it in $1 million and just burn it.
Chapter 2. As far as people that because there are people obviously out there who are like, Bronies this, Bronies that, and it pops up a lot on YouTube. When I made the first Bronies React, I told myself this is going to be one of those videos that you're going to get a ton of haters commenting on, a lot of people coming in, and that's why I actually was surprised when there were more likes than dislikes on the video at the beginning. I was like, oh, okay, that's a good start. But I mean, there were a ton of people that also showed up to post, hateful comments and whatnot.
And I mean every word I said.
I knew you did. But besides Saber's Park, really, it's almost a cliche answer, but you just, when you get into making content, you have to take the good with the bad, and it really, if it's constructive criticism, if it can help you, absorb it. Even if it's something you're like, I don't like that, I had to find that out, but I can grow from this. Where if it's just a comment that pretty much none of them I can repeat, but if it's just a comment that's like, oh, all Bronies are blank, they're not. So why I don't really give any time to that kind of stuff.
It's like you're panning for gold, like you're just and you're getting the bad stuff out, you're looking for the good ones, the constructive criticism. But yeah, you're right. You're gonna, no matter what you do, if you're getting people watching your stuff, you're gonna get some bad comments. This is part of the job. You just gotta deal with it.
Yeah, it's part of the internet. You almost just have to go in expecting it. If you don't get a lot of it, then that's just the bonus.
If people aren't hating you, then you're doing something wrong.
Right? So yeah,
I always think that if you have bad comments, and it means that you hit it big, because it's always at that point. It's like if you see bad comments, yes, I did it.
Yeah, when people start subscribing to you so they can just bash on your content, that's one thing.
Yeah, I'm gay. Yes. That's when you know you made the big times.
All right.
Thanks, YouTube comments.
Question over here. But we'll go you and then you.
We'll try to do it as quickly as possible, because what time is it now? On your phone. How do you turn your phone? Here we go. It's 12, so we have 30 minutes.
That means it's almost lunchtime in
Your question?
California.
How did you guys meet, and what were your first impressions of each other?
How did we first meet, and what was our first impressions of one another?
It's just you two. I'm not involved in this.
Well, I'm trying to think. I think, did we meet through Solrak?
Actually, yeah. Oh.
I think it was.
Introduce you to my friend!
I don't necessarily remember like how I met Solark initially. I think it was also kind of like through YouTube PMs and stuff like that. But what happened is that, was it that Solark told me, I think that wasn't you PMing me, I think it was Solark telling me that you wanted to do something, and I agreed to it because Solark is someone I knew already. And through him, I just liked the fact that you had a pretty cool idea. It's like to do a Bronies React thing. That's why we kind of like all joined together and did stuff like that. And did we meet in BronyCon 2012? Like
No,
We did.
2000.
yeah, we did. But
We hugged in the vendor hall.
Yeah, right.
It was magic.
No, it wasn't friendship.
And then as far as Saber and I go, it's kind of a funny story because really we met through the Reacts. Well, not through the Reacts. The first time I ever sent a message to this guy was because he put up a video about Derpy, about like get over it or something, and it was spiked. but stop crying. But it was like it had like the sad music from Lord of the Rings. Gandalf falls down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and in my head I'm like, I know this song, but I can't remember what it was from. So I sent him a message saying, can you help me out? Like, what music did you use here? And you sent me.
And I was hovering my mouse over the delete button. I'm like, oh, I need the whole now. It's Gandalf's fall from Gandalf the movie.
Yeah, so we did the React together. We got to know each other a little bit, but we never really like.
Well, the
hit it
speed
off.
dating thing we did was pretty good too.
That helps. It helped. Yeah. I mean, I was actually kind of realizing how odd you were at that
Every
point.
time we switched tables and we had to move away from each other, I'm like, he's the one.
And every time I tried to get away from him, he kept telling me, "You're the one." But yeah, so really, EQLA was when we first hit it off. The first EQLA.
We met in person at Everfree Northwest, and it was fun because we act stupid, crazy, insane. idiotic here at these cons, but at Africa Northwest when we first met, I was like, oh, hello, my name is Saberspark. You're AC Race.
Nice to meet you. I'm here for my interview.
Have a fun time at this con, and blah, 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 blah.
Thank you.
And then Equestria Light popped up, and we hung out again at Disneyland. And there's something about Disneyland that brings out the best in people. You like Mickey Mouse? I love Mickey Mouse! Let's be best of friends! Let's go on roller coasters! And then that's where it took off, literally.
So that's how we all met. And then the question up here.
I was wondering, what is your favorite bit of footage that you've ever seen?
Favorite pin of footage? There's a lot that are up there, on, like they kind of plateau at the top.
And they're all Black Griffins.
Alright. Oh, I was actually gonna say, for anyone that's seen the last Bronies React, I was honestly surprised, even though he kept telling me what he was gonna do. When I got Jack Sploit's footage and saw what he actually did, I couldn't believe for how long he did it. And I was just like,
He went on like a 3-minute rant where he just screamed the entire time about Dragon Ball Z. And he did it all in like one take, and like he was like his voice was, you know, at the beginning, and then like on Skype I spoke to him after he recorded, and he's like, I'm dead.
well, I asked him, I'm like, you sent me 3 minutes of footage, do you want to answer any of the questions? He's like, but I can't. Okay. So, next question. Yes? Yes. Next question. They asked about season 5 reaction, by the way, for those on the stream. And to backtrack, your question was about what was my favorite footage that I've ever received. And
You really suck at this, I see.
Thank you. Well, I'm used to there being that additional mic that people talk into.
Yeah.
And so people are like,
Well, we technically could have done that. There's an additional mic over there. We could have done it since the start.
That's my
oh,
backup
that would
mic.
have been. See, I love doing the lines because then I feel like, okay, there was a legitimate line. Oh my goodness!
He's rushing the stage.
Oh, that's it. Like
Oh, cool. The other person's line on up, I suppose, or what is that?
Is Bat's staff?
I totally get you. Oh, sorry.
I guess should we have people line up for?
I mean, we have like 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, let's do
about
it.
25 minutes.
We got it.
Yeah, it's 25 minutes. Let's do like quick questions.
The most detailed answer.
Go ahead.
Everything.
Shut up.
What are y'all's favorite moments of being in the fandom, you two? And what's the favorite song that you've ever produced?
You go first, you two. I'll take a
Favorite moment.
The moment when he produced Tombstone. Oh, no, this is my favorite moment in the fandom? There's so many, but I guess just going to Disneyland with these guys back in like when Equestria LA was going on. Exactly.
My favorite moment was when actually I loved your song, but when Eurobeat did the remix of his song. I'm kidding you. Yes, I am kidding you.
Oh yeah, that was your legitimately just angry. Like,
you're kidding me! My favorite moment was we met this little girl at BronyCon named Grayson, and she was the most adorable thing. And she knew who every Brony was. Like, she was so into the fandom, and just getting to know her and everything, it was like, my goodness, like you see the impact that you can have on anybody, and that for me was like a highlight of being part of this fandom.
favorite song produced. I think it's Good Old Days, but it's just because the reason is that until now, whenever I produce a song, that usually takes time because I'm always trying to perfect and everything. And Good Old Days was a thing that I thought of on the very same day, produced it on the very same day, and I just had to wait on Mike. And I think it was Jackalab didn't have to record anything. Mike just had to record his vocals, and that was like really quickly produced, and that's because I genuinely enjoyed making that song. And that's why a lot of my music after Good Old Days sounded like the same. That's why the Discord remixes sounding pretty similar, and that's why many songs afterwards sounded similar until I finally blacked out and said, okay, I need to change my style, seriously.
I love when you go pippity bop.
That's the name of the game.
I mean, yeah. Alright. Yo. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have 2 questions. First, Saberspark, I just read past you. Can I touch your butt?
Do you have $20? Maybe next time. I think you called me Saber Shark for a second. Saber Shark. I like that. You want to buy a used car?
And my second question is there any other YouTubers you guys like that aren't Bronies?
Like John.
PewDiePie. well, no, that was a joke answer. I mean, I like him. No, seriously, I like him because he's a very nonchalant person for someone who has so many subscribers. But yeah, it's dumb on YouTube because people are dumb. Like, most of his fans are dumb, I think. I'm not saying that you guys... Okay, now I just crossed the line, I'm sorry. But I genuinely think that... I genuinely think that, like, he acts dumb on the internet because that's why people like him so much, but he's actually a very smart guy. I mean, some of the stuff that he says is actually pretty smart. But yeah.
Doesn't Justin Bieber have a YouTube page?
Justin Bieber can go...
No, but he has a Vimo, right?
Justin Bieber.
Yeah. Justin Bieber.
For me, I would say LBTV Productions or Low Budget TV. Check it out.
That's yours.
That's my racing channel. Yeah, no, there's I don't really have any specific ones, but I kind of...
Mine?
Yeah, that's right, you're not a Brony.
Oh shoot, I messed up.
Oh, I have a favorite YouTuber. The Penguin, also known as Critical.
Woo! Yeah! Alright, and Red Letter Media, that's great too.
Yeah.
Mr. Blanket.
Alright, first thing I want to say, Tombstone, you're awesome.
Oh, thank you so much.
The rest of you,
you're awesome.
get off the stage.
That's my panel, go away. No, but seriously, thank you so much.
And the question I wanted to ask is a two-parter. Number one, you two, what did you think when you first heard Bats by him? And second, Tombstone, what was the deal with the beginning of that?
I sit down with a P, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the...
Okay, you're first and then I'll explain.
Wait, you make music?
Yeah. That's why I'm here, right? The musicians panel. Right.
I make music? Yeah. What song was it? The Bats?
The Stop the Bats remix.
Well, I was most impressed with the fact that he was able to, first off, find and compile those 20 bats that he had, and then just like get them to all sing at once.
How'd you really
babies? Yeah.
I don't know. It was in Israel. There's many bats. There's fruit bats everywhere in my town. And that's serious talk. We have like fruit bats in where I live and everything. And every night it's like, I can't sleep. I'll make a song out of you just to make it stop. That's how Stop the Bats was born. Anyway, real luck. Did you hear the remix or you didn't?
I still need to listen to it, seriously.
I don't know. It's like it's not like you're missing anything. For those who didn't, for those who didn't like listen to it, this is just a Stop the Bats remix where I just made a big room house track and just put like Stop the Bats a cappella over it. And for those who don't know what big room house is, it's that's big room house. And the thing is that because in SoundCloud, for those who follow me on SoundCloud, notice that I post a lot of jokes and stuff like that. And because of that, I said, since I'm into it right now, I should like.
It sounds like drunk. Well, the Haribo ones. Yeah, they do. Jim, how did you? What happened that made you do what you do?
Coffee.
Coffee. Well, like I said, I've always been editing. Like since I was young, I don't know why. I just was like, I want to edit stuff, and I just kind of started doing it. And, really, it's where you find the outlet. Like when I made my channel originally, I thought I was going to make Chip and Dale Rescue Ranger videos all the time, and I made one called Chipception. Using the Inception trailer and putting over the...
Are you talking about the male dancers?
Is that a problem? And then it just kind of led to the Pony stuff.
I just, since I was a kid, I was just really fascinated with the fact that music is like a language that I find like easier to understand than any other language, because even though it's kind of like a personal story, but I only started to speak at the age of 5, and because of that, Hebrew and also English is why sometimes it's hard for me to speak that, and why it sounds like a...
There's an hour of airtime or nothing after this, so we can just keep going.
All right, so okay, a challenge for everybody.
Let's get through this line.
We can for sure we'll definitely answer every question that's in this line. Everyone else leaves. Like, okay, bye.
Tombstone panel.
That was a good question.
What's up? You're like, what's the Tombstone panel?
You're supposed to not go loud.
Now he gets the better mic. Everyone's gone now. They can hear you just be like, hi.
Tombstone, touch that mic. Let's go.
I love you.
You are genius.
I know.
Wait, this is gonna throw me off. So Tombstone.
East. Tombstone, like the rising sun. That's Japan. It's like I'm a poli-sci major. I don't even know where like half the world. Well, your question. So somebody's been chewing on this pen. Your question.
Perfect scenario for Bronies React. I know you thought about it. You want that perfect scenario to happen one day for them to react to it. What is that?
So you're asking what would be the perfect thing to react to?
Like you probably thought about it in passing, like, oh man, I hope this happens in the fandom or in the show, so that.
Oh, honestly, when I found out actually that Equestria Girls had a sequel, I was super excited because that was like one of those like I found out about it kind of early actually, and I was like, you know what? I'm actually looking forward to this. So, and granted, like the original movie, the Equestria Girls movie, man, I guess you could say it has redeeming factors.
It's over.
But no.
I'm mad at cucumber.
Well, welcome to Houston air conditioning. Look how disappointed your face got. He's like,
you've crushed his.
I've been waiting all my life to know this answer. No, the AC. I answered this at MSP as well, and I mentioned it from time to time. But the AC actually stands for Acorn Cafe. Like I mentioned, that I started by doing Rescue Ranger videos, Chippendale Rescue Ranger videos, and there is a forum for that called the Acorn Cafe. And Race Best, which was my original like moniker, was taken apparently on YouTube. It's like you can't use that, and I'm like, all right, search Race Best. Nothing comes up, and I'm like, thanks YouTube. So that's where the AC got plopped in on there. So yeah, plop, plunger for the plop.
Go ahead. Yeah. You can check. Hey, so I was just wondering, because I find this an interesting question to ask well just about anyone.
I'm looking forward to it.
How did you guys? What are your stories of how you first, well, one, discovered MLP, and then how you went from being, oh, this is a show about cartoon ponies, to, oh, this is a show about cartoon ponies.
I've streamlined this story, but I want to hear yours.
Well, I was going to say that we get asked these questions a lot, and I never get tired of answering them. So if you guys ever feel like you're asking a question that, like...
I change my story every time, actually.
I know. That's
I go from the real one where, yeah, it's like, oh, you know, I got back from the war.
But no, yeah, so as far as this question goes, it's like basically the initial reaction to the show and then how it ended up getting you into the show. So you want me to go first?
By all means.
Alright, Sarah, can you stand up? Alright, see that girl right there? That's the reason I got into the show. She forced me to watch an episode. How could you? How dare you? Look what you've done to my life!
Look at his shirt!
I'm sorry!
Look at what he's become!
So Sarah, you can sit if you want to.
Please stand back up.
She has her badge now. She can do what she wants. So what happened was some of my friends online were watching the show, and for those that don't know, Sarah and I are just now finishing the portion of being in a long-distance relationship.
They made it!
Yeah, 5.5 years of long distance. We're getting an apartment in 2 weeks, so. Yeah! So we, you know, through the Acorn Cafe, we've met a lot of friends and whatnot that we now talk about pony stuff with, and everything else, mainly TF2. It's like it's the ultimate internet friendship model. But
until they play pyro against you, then it's all.
Sarah's always the pyro. You're like. So what happened? Long tangent into it. Is that some of my friends were talking about the show, and I was just not really interested. But I was like, that's nice, cool, whatever. Cartoons, nice. And I viewed it almost in the sense that I'm going to take it back. I was going to say I viewed it in the sense that I look at anime, where I feel like, well, I don't really watch it. I don't really feel like I'm missing anything. Like I'm not putting down anime. It's something I never got into.
So, but for My Little Pony, specifically, Sarah was like, just watch one episode with me, you might enjoy it. I was like, I'm not gonna enjoy it. It's My Little Pony. I grew up watching the cartoons of My Little Pony, all the toys, I was like, no! Like, you know, I am the same way with the movie Twilight. I'm not gonna watch it. There's a sense of my inside. It's not gonna be good. So she showed me Fall Weather Friends, and almost immediately, I'm a race fan, so that's where that one. She was like, I know what I'm doing, and immediately I'm like, I like this character Rainbow Dash. She's actually pretty cool, and I like the dynamic of the characters and everything. I'm pretty cool for a pony, right? It was okay for a pony show. Yeah, and then college came up a week later. I really didn't look into the show any further, and I had a couple days off, and I'm like, you know what? Just for the hell of it, I'm going to just go.
The heck of it.
Just for the Tartarus of it.
Where is the church panel tomorrow morning?
So I decided I'll watch the first episode and see how it is. Okay, it's a two-part. I watched the second episode, and about 6 hours later, I was like, what happened? I watched the entire first season in 3 days, so... yeah, I've been a fan ever since. It's one of those that you have to just kind of go in with the...
Drunk. I got my trunk.
Yeah, so I mean that's the long version of that story, but basically it was actually the long ADD version of that story.
For me, I was in college. I was browsing YouTube, saw a bunch of pony stuff popping up on there, meme based. I'm like, what's with the ponies? Watched an episode, thought, it's not that great. Whatever, it's not for me. I saw a lot of more memes pop up. I'm like, I want to know what these jokes mean. That these 20% cooler and 10 seconds flat. What is this about? This seems kind of like the new trend. And I watched another episode, and it was the Griffin and the Brush Off, and I'm like, these characters are disgusting, I hate them. And then I saw the one with the Diamond Dogs, I'm like, oh, it's actually a really good show. One thing led to another, and boom, you're Brony.
It just happened.
That's the gunshot, actually.
Boom. Well, thank you very much, guys, and Saber, thank you for the hug last year.
Well, you another one.
That was a memorable hug. I haven't taken a shower since.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are like really awesome, really cool.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to see that we've tricked you.
Low expectations.
Where's the living tombstone panel?
Outside, across
Walk
the street.
5 miles north, interstate. No, where's Pony?
Very well.
I thought Sombra really was let down.
Hey!
You were let down. Go back.
Say it to his face!
Dictatorship in Africa.
I particularly have this, I don't mean to call any out specific characters, but since it came up, there's a character in the show, if you're watching the crowd scene after Cadence and Shining Armor get married, it's about 3 inches up the screen on your regular monitor and about 2 inches to the right. There's a pony there that is just this dot, but my god, that thing has been just bugging me since the show.
What?
We all have our problems, right? That is worst pony.
Thank you.
Hi there. My question is for Saber Spark.
Yes.
All right. The first 2 videos I saw of yours.
Nice pajamas.
Thank you very much. The first 2 videos I saw of yours were the 2 that were selected by the Jay Holler Top 10 videos. You know, the leaving the fandom, the throwing pandas at us, and how not to react to the alicorn. And I'm just curious. Both of those I thought were extremely funny and yet down to earth. They were offering like a little bit of common sense.
You are too kind.
Well, you know how everybody, I mean, how people can be. So my question to you is, you know, when you do videos like that, and that level of common sense satire, do you get more people coming to you in the comments saying, "Oh my God, you're right, I'm being an idiot," or do you get a lot of haters going because you're essentially making fun of the way they react?
More of anything, people are like, do you have any roommates? Because you're just screaming in your house. It's like, all my dogs are like cornered. They're like, why is he screaming on the ground with a turkey baster on his head?
I know this isn't a question for me, but it's something that we always bring up when that video gets brought up, the Alicorn one, is that Saber and I did practically the same video and uploaded it at the same time.
That's what cements our friendship.
We never discussed it or anything, and it was both of us flailing ourselves all over our apartments.
I uploaded mine like 5 minutes earlier, no joke, because I remember uploading mine.
That's because my internet was slower.
And then I looked at the newsfeed, I'm like, this is the exact same video of his version. Grace, how'd you know? How'd you come from?
People were contacting me going, did you and Saber plan this? And I was like, nope. That was plan what? Like I didn't know. I had no idea you had a video out.
That was lightning in a bottle right there. But